I'm Sarah, standing outside the Multnomah County Courthouse. The afternoon sun warms my face as it reflects off the Willamette River. I close my eyes and take a deep breath, feeling a peace I haven't known in a long time. The courtroom drama is over, and the men who tried to take my life are now behind bars. But it wasn't always like this. A few months ago, I was just an accountant at Harris and Associates, trying to put my life back together after a divorce. I lived in a small apartment in the Buckman district, and my morning routine included a walk to the MAC station, where I'd often see an elderly woman named Grace. She was always quiet, sitting on a folded blanket, wrapped in layers of mismatched clothes. I'd give her a few dollars when I had them, and she'd always thank me with a soft smile. One morning, as I crouched down to give her some change, she grabbed my wrist with surprising strength. "Don't go home tonight," she whispered urgently. "Sleep anywhere else, but don't go home." Her eyes were clear, filled with raw fear. I was taken aback. She'd never acted like this before. I tried to rationalize it, thinking she was just having a bad day. But as I boarded the train, a chill ran down my spine. When I arrived at work, something felt off. The lobby lights buzzed faintly, and the new security guard, Jake, stared at me with an unsettling intensity. Inside the office, there was an unusual hush. My co-workers were whispering, and when I approached, they quickly straightened up and gave me tight smiles. When I logged into my computer, I found that 3 important files were missing. These were client statements I'd triple-checked the night before. I searched through directories, but they were gone. As the day went on, Grace's warning echoed in my head. By the time I left the office, the sky was a dull gray. Normally, I'd take the MAX home, but I couldn't shake the feeling of unease. I booked the cheapest room I could find at an old hostel near West Burnside. It was shabby, but it wasn't my apartment. Sometime after midnight, my phone rang. It was my friend Lily. Her voice panicked. "Sarah, your building is on fire. The whole side is burning, your floor." I froze. The room seemed to tilt around me. I rushed out of the hostel, my heart pounding. When I reached my building, it was a tower of smoke and flames. Neighbors were huddled outside, some in shock, some crying. If I had gone home, I would have been inside that inferno. The next morning, I went back to the MAC station to find Grace. She showed me a set of blurry photos on an old flip phone. 2 men were standing near my apartment building, one with a red gas can. The other man was Jake, the security guard. She told me she'd overheard them talking about me. They wanted to get rid of me because I'd seen too much at work. I went to the police station and met Detective Ryan Thompson. I told him everything: Grace's warning, the missing files, Jake's strange behavior, and the photos. He took the case seriously. After investigating, he found that Harris and Associates was a front for a money laundering operation. The missing files were the key to exposing the scheme. Victor Harris, the director, had ordered Jake to eliminate me. Jake had ties to the shell companies involved in the laundering. The police raided the office just after dawn. They found a labyrinth of fraud, falsified signatures, duplicate payment trails, and manipulated reports. Junior employee Ethan, who had always kept to himself, was also involved in moving funds between shell accounts. Jake ran, but the police caught him at a bus terminal outside Vancouver. He was trying to cross into Canada. Victor Harris was also arrested at a rental property near the Oregon coast. After the arrests, I received an insurance payout for the apartment fire. It wasn't enough to replace everything I'd lost, but it was enough to start over. Lily and I found a small 2-bedroom apartment on the east side. We painted the walls, played music, and cooked simple dinners together. I also found a part-time remote job helping a nonprofit with their financial records. As I settled into my new life, I couldn't forget about Grace. I hadn't seen her at the MAX station for weeks. One cold morning, I went to a homeless outreach station and found her. She was doing okay, but the cold nights were getting to her. I offered to help her move to a senior home, Quiet Haven Senior Home. The intake interview was a success. Grace was hesitant at first, thinking it was too nice for her. But I told her she deserved it. After she moved in, the transformation was remarkable. She gained color in her cheeks, put on weight, joined the craft circle, and even the choir. One day, the director of the senior home told me that Grace's daughter, Olivia, had come to visit. They hadn't seen each other in years. When they embraced, the years of hurt melted away. Grace told me I'd saved her life and her family. Now, as I stand here outside the courthouse, I know that the darkness that once threatened me has passed. I'm safe, I'm healing, and I'm finally living again. The scars of what happened will always be there, but they no longer define me. I've learned that sometimes the kindness of a stranger can save your life, and that hope can always be found in the most unexpected places. I look up at the Portland sky, and I feel a sense of peace wash over me. The future is bright, and I'm ready to embrace it.